When the world turns quiet, when the voices that once cheered you on have faded into doubt or indifference, that is the moment when persistence is born. It is easy to keep moving forward when applause echoes around you, when affirmation greets every step. But the true test of resilience lies in the silent spaces, those times when nobody else sees what you see, when your dream is invisible to everyone but yourself. Imagine waking up before dawn, the city still sleeping, the air heavy with the weight of yesterday's failures. You pour your coffee, sit at your desk, and stare at the blank page, the unpainted canvas, the unopened textbook. Outside your window, the world remains oblivious to your struggle. Your friends, your family, even those who once believed in you, now express concern, skepticism, or gentle warnings. They don't say it to hurt you, they're just afraid you'll be disappointed or that you'll waste your time. But their well-meaning doubts can feel like anchors, pulling you down just as you try to rise. Persistence, in these moments, is an act of quiet rebellion. It is the refusal to let someone else's disbelief become your own. It is the decision, repeated day after day, to keep showing up for your dream, even when nobody else shows up for you. Think of the young artist who spends years sketching alone, their work unseen by any gallery, their talent doubted by family members who urge them to be realistic, or the entrepreneur whose first business fails, then the second, and even the third, each time met with sympathetic smiles and the suggestion to find a safer path. Consider the student who, despite struggling test after test, continues to study, believing that understanding will eventually come. Each of these stories is shaped not by moments of success, but by the stubborn, unwavering commitment to keep going. Why is it so hard to persist when others doubt us? Because we are wired to seek approval, to crave connection, to measure our worth by the reflections we find in other people's eyes. When those reflections are clouded by skepticism or fear, it becomes a battle not just against the obstacles in our path, but against the inner voice that begins to echo those doubts. It whispers, maybe they're right. Maybe I'm not cut out for this. Maybe this dream was never mine to chase. But here's the truth. Every great achievement, every innovation, every masterpiece was once doubted. Every person who has ever changed the world, in small ways or large, has faced a moment when they stood alone, armed with nothing but their conviction and their willingness to continue. Persistence is not loud. It does not demand attention or celebration. It is quiet, steady, often invisible to the outside world. It is the writer returning to her manuscript after another rejection letter. It is the athlete training in the off-season, running sprints in the rain. It is the parent working late shifts to save for a child's future, even when nobody else sees the sacrifice. To persist when others don't believe in you, you must learn to trust yourself. This is not arrogance, it is faith. Faith that your vision matters, that your efforts will amount to something, even if the timeline is uncertain. It means redefining success, not as immediate validation, but as the simple act of not giving up. Every step forward is a victory. Every day you refuse to quit is a triumph. But how do you build this kind of persistence? It begins with purpose. When your reason for pursuing a goal is deeply personal, when it comes from your core values or your strongest desires, it becomes harder to let go. You are no longer doing it for the applause, but for yourself. Your motivation becomes internal, no longer swayed by shifting opinions or temporary setbacks. Next, surround yourself, even if only in spirit, with stories of others who persisted. Read biographies, listen to interviews, seek out the backgrounds of those you admire. Almost without exception, you will find chapters of loneliness, rejection, and doubt. Let these stories remind you that you are not alone, that your struggle is part of a universal journey. Set small, achievable milestones. Break your big dream into manageable pieces and celebrate the progress that only you can see. Let these quiet victories fuel you when the world remains silent. Keep a journal and record not just your accomplishments, but your challenges and how you overcame them. Over time, you will build a personal record of resilience, a testament to your ability to endure. Learn to separate constructive feedback from discouragement. Sometimes criticism is a gift, a chance to improve. But when advice comes from a place of fear or misunderstanding, thank the person for their concern and return to your path. Your journey is yours alone. No one else can walk it for you. Most importantly, remember that persistence is not about never feeling discouraged. It is about continuing despite discouragement. It is not about having unshakable confidence every day, but about acting even when you are afraid. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the willingness to move forward in its presence. In time, the world may catch up to your dream. The doubters may become admirers. The skeptics may offer praise. But by then, their belief will matter less, because you will have discovered something more valuable, your own capacity to persist. You will have built a foundation of self-trust that no one can take away. So when you find yourself doubted, dismissed, or overlooked, remember, the most beautiful gardens are often planted in silence, tended in solitude, and bloom long before anyone else notices. Your efforts are never wasted. Every moment you persist, you are growing stronger, more resilient, more certain of your worth. Let your story be one of perseverance, not because it is easy, but because it is worth it. Stand tall in the face of disbelief and keep moving forward. In the end, it is not the approval of others that shapes your destiny, but the quiet, unwavering persistence that you give to yourself. And one day, when your dream blossoms, you will know that it was your refusal to give up, your ability to keep going when no one believed, that made all the difference. Let that be your legacy. Keep persisting, especially when it feels like you are the only one who believes. That is where the extraordinary begins.